Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the July edition of the Greater Washington Ceili Club's virtual Ceili concert series. I'm Doug Ilg, GWCC's Ceili and concert organizer, and I'll be running the show from the basement of my home in Silver Spring. Tonight's program will feature tunes from Andrew Caden and Zan McLeod and two figures of the Kildownet Half Set, specially modified for solo dancers, called by Ann Marie Breheny and danced on camera by Emmett Murphy. And remember, we can't see you, so you might as well dance. There's no reason not to. Before we begin, we'll have a few words from our president, Bridget Curran.
Hello and welcome. We're very happy to have you with us here this evening. I'm continuing our discussion about some of the ideas that GWCC has had to stay connected with you, our members and friends. We're continuing with our virtual Ceili concert series in large part to the efforts of Doug Ilg. We're also continuing with our virtual happy hour and our virtual book club. We've started our summer classes and we're hoping to continue with our fall classes soon. As always, check our website for updates, and any and all ideas that you may have to stay connected with us can be sent to GWCC_membership-04@yahoo.com. During tonight's concert, you may see a link to PayPal, and while we're paying our wonderful musicians, any donations you would like to make to our organization would be gratefully appreciated. I would like to welcome to the virtual Ceili concert series another Bog Band alum, Andrew Caden. A student of Mitch Fanning and Brian Conway, Andrew was introduced to GWCC when we awarded him our Frankie Kennedy Memorial Scholarship, which we award to students, Irish traditional music students, who we would like to see grow in their craft. Among many of Andrew's accomplishments, he was awarded an All-Ireland Fiddle Championship, came in second place in a slow air competition, and also came in first in a Junior Fiddle Championship. I could go on and on and on about Andrew's great accomplishments, but we only have an hour, and his journey with the fiddle has just begun. I'm looking forward to the path that he takes with it. Joining Andrew tonight, Zan McLeod, longtime friend of GWCC and well-respected instructor and session player. We often see Zan playing with the Bog Band, which we so love. We also enjoy watching Zan in many sessions in and around the Washington, D.C. area. Some of us have been fortunate enough to play in some of those sessions with Zan, and he is very gracious of the many levels of talent that join him. Join us tonight as we explore the music of Ireland with two very gracious and talented musicians who have agreed to share their gifts with us. I'm looking forward to tonight's concert, and I know you are too. We're very happy to have them with us.
All right, well, thanks for the introduction. I think we'll start off with a set of jigs. I got these jigs from Brendan Mulvihill. The first one's called Patty Taylor's, the second one is the Chapel Bell, and the third one is called Rosemary Lane. think the next set of tunes we're going to play is a set of reels. And these were both written by the great Cayden fiddle player and composer Ed Reevy. Ed Reevy never named his tunes, so I believe these were named after the fact by his son, Ed Reevy Jr. And these tunes are called The Fisherman's Island and The Hunter's House. Oh, and the set after this is going to be for the dancers. Just a heads up.
Get ready. 1, 2,
Alrighty, well, hopefully after those fantastic tunes, everybody's already up and dancing, and we're going to do some organized dancing now. So we're going to do 2 figures of the Kildownet Half Set, as Doug mentioned. We're going to start with the second figure, dance to polkas. We're going to start out with a house around and then a walkabout. If you are not familiar with the walkabout, you're just going to hit each of the 4 corners of your half set. Dancing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 to move into your new position and dance a little quarter turn counterclockwise, and then 2 bars in place. 1, 2, 3, and 2, 2, 3, and then move on. Move to 1, 2, 3, dance in place and dance in place. Repeat that until you get home. When you get home, swing. If you're dancing with a partner, swing in waltz hold. Then we're going to do long 7s, 2 sets of 7s across the set. If you're lucky enough to have an actual couple across from you, have the gents pass back to back on your way over. 2 sets of 7s to get home with the ladies passing back to back, and then house around. As we do in these Mayo sets, we're going to repeat that. So long 7s over, long 7s back, and house around again. Then swing. Then slide in and out. Dance halfway across, slide in and out, dance halfway back so you finish in your home position. To wrap up, we will swing, walk about, and then house to finish. Emmett's going to dance it for us on screen, so I think we're ready for Emmett and some music.
All right. Look at this.
All right. Okay, rough.
You want to give me the...
1, 2, 3, 4.
Gonna start with the house. House. Walk about. Move to 1, 2, 3. Dance in place. Move on. And to home. Swing. Long 7s over and back to home. House around. Repeat that again. Long 7s over and back. House around. Swing. And slide in. Slide out. Dance halfway. Slide in. And out. Dance back to place. And swing. Now walk about. Move on. And move on. Dance in place. And we're gonna house to finish. House. All right. And the next figure we're gonna do is the third figure of the half set, and we're gonna dance to reels. So we're gonna lead around, turn the lady under, hook arms, and do 2 slow turns in place. Good chance to practice some footwork if you want to. And then swing. This time, if you're dancing with a partner, swing in Ceili hold. Then advance and retire twice and swing your partner. We will repeat the lead around, hook and swing, advance and retire twice and swing. And then we'll wrap up by one last lead around, hook and swing. All right, you ready?
1,
All right, I think so.
3, 4.
Lead around. Hook. And swing. Emmett, and thank you for the great tunes, Andrew and Zan.
All right. The reel we just played there was one of my favorite reels. I got it from a rare recording Michael Coleman made the year before he died. It's called the Galway Rambler, and then we went into the same tune in A, which I got that version from Sean McGuire, another great fiddler from Belfast. We'll continue with two hornpipes, the Sunshine that I got from my teacher, Brian Conway, and I've competed with it as well, the Flaws. And the second one we'll go into is the High Level, which was a composition of James Hill from Newcastle, with the third part written by Lado Byrne.
It's in B flat in case you're counting.
Yeah, we're going from A major to B flat.
You dead gap player.
Little chromatic half
Here
step.
we go.
Go into another reel from a recording of Michael Coleman another one of my favorites called Lord Gordon's. It's turned into one of the classic Irish fiddle tunes, I think. But we'll give it a go.
I think we're running ahead of schedule, so we probably got a couple more.
Yeah. I'd like to thank Zan McLeod for playing with me. It's always a pleasure to play with him, and he's gonna
borrow your earplug, maybe. Borrow your earplug.
Yeah, you can borrow my earplug so you can hear. But he's gonna do a solo.
It's high tech. Here we go. Let's look at it right there.
I'm gonna put your on the chair.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna attempt here without a net to play a guitar solo. Since everything's been pretty fast, I think I'm going to slow it down a little bit and play a piece from Turlough O'Carolan. Everybody knows probably it's O'Carolan's Draft. It's a march, I think.
I think we'll jump back into some reels. The first one I'm going to play is called Jackson's, and it was recorded twice by Michael Coleman. Two very different recordings. One was early on in his career, kind of in the peak, in 1925, and that was a commercial recording. But then a couple months ago, there was another recording released that was made privately in the home of Lado Byrne, and it provides a nice insight into how Coleman would have played in the home setting. But Coleman is one of, I think, the best fiddle players I've heard, and a huge influence on me. So the second tune we're going to play is The Crib of Perches, and I got that from an album of Sean McGuire's that he made in the 60s, I think 67 or 68. And the final tune I got from the Boston College Fiddle Festival CD. It's the Humors of Lissadel, and it was a recording of Eileen Ivers playing with Liz Carroll. Just a great duo. Yeah, we'll kick back off with those. We're gonna go into some jigs.
Of course.
First one is classic, Cherish the Ladies. You may know the big Irish band Cherish the Ladies. This tune was around far before then.
Yes.
It's recorded.
There were ladies far before.
This tune was recorded at first in the 30s. Both Michael Coleman and Patty Corn both recorded it, as well as many others, I'm sure. But it's a pretty famous tune, 5 parts. And then we'll go into another tune recorded. I learned it from recording of James Morrison. It's called "Ship in Full Sail."
finally got warmed up.
Yeah. Well, my hands are starting to act up.
There you go.
Talk about the next set of tunes. These are some special tunes that the first two in the set, the reels, come from a tribute to Michael Coleman, an album made by Joe Burke and Annie McGann. Very influential album in Irish music, also to myself. Both Joe and Andy are hugely influential musicians, and I actually got the chance. Joe Burke passed away unfortunately this year, but I got the chance to meet him in 2017. I spent the night at his house, played some tunes. But I'd like to make this set a tribute to Joe. The third tune in the set, or the second tune in the set is called the Skylark. It was written by James Morrison, and the third tune in the set makes a set that James Morrison put together, the Skylark and Maud Miller's. So the full order is The Moving Cloud, the Skylark, and Maud Miller's. Give that a go. Just press my hand a little bit. The Moving Cloud nowadays, I think most people play it in D, but we will be playing it in the key of F, which is the key that Joe, Andy, and Felix Dolan recorded it in. And I think that was the key that it was written in as well. It's not so commonly played in that key anymore.
Try to tune it one more time. So.
Thank you.
more hornpipes now. These are two tricky hornpipes, very notey. The first one is a tune I got from a 78 RPM recording of Leo Rosem. He plays on the pipes, the Independent. And Leo Rosem is one of my favorite pipe players, very important to the piping tradition. He for one time, he was the only person that knew how to make the old pipes. So he really saved them, which many people don't know. And the second tune is called Johnstone's Fancy. Got this from another 78 recording of Joe Duran, who I think Zan has had the chance to play with.
Used to play with Joe fairly often, yeah.
But Joe's a legendary accordion player, and has a very flamboyant style, just like these hornpipes. So give him a go.
He passed away a few years ago as well, so we miss him.
I think this is a tribute to Joe Duran. slip jig in there?
Yeah.
Kid on the Mountain?
Yeah.
Before we finish off?
Yeah, we have, well,
Got some time?
we have Lord McDonald's and Balance Love Fair written.
Do you want to put Kid on the Mountain in between?
Yeah, sure.
We'll play slip jig, famous slip jig, Kid on the Mountain. Learned this from my teacher Brian, another huge influence on me. Took lessons from Brian for close to 10 years, mostly on Skype, and he's the best teacher I could ever ask for. I'd like to dedicate this to him and thank him for all the hours he spent teaching me. Set. Finish with some reels, some more classics. This one is probably Michael Coleman's most famous recording, Lord Mcdonald's and Balance Fair. And this was the recording that I believe he was paid $500 for back in 1925, which was the most he ever got paid for making a record. Back then it was a lot more money. I think that's like $7,500 around there today.
Yeah.
So finish off with those. Thank you to everyone who watched, and I'd like to thank GWCC for having me play.
Thank you so much.
Setting all this up, especially Doug Ilg for coming over and helping us set up the sound equipment and doing all this behind the scenes stuff. So finish up Lord Mcdonald's Bound Slow Fare.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew. That was fantastic, and thank you, Zan, for sitting in. And thanks also to Ann Marie for the calling and to Emmett for the dancing. That set of reels at the end was really awesome, and the hornpipes were indeed notey, just like you said, just as promised. So I'd like to remind everyone that we have another concert coming up. Our next concert will feature music from Alice Bradley, and again, Zan McLeod will be backing her up. So don't miss that. It'll be a great show. I am absolutely certain.
A couple days ago.
So I hope we'll see you all then. And until then, we'll say good night.